think they humble us.
They are people who walk the walk.
The kids come first no matter what.
They pay attention to the marginalized people, the people on the side.
It's like they're not just teachers and brothers, they're friends.
Well, they're brothers. They're big brothers.
And I think the brothers have made us the men that we are today.
319 years ago, an extraordinary man, a priest, found himself drawn, called, to children, poor children. He saw their worth, experienced the presence of God in them. He understood that their salvation would come through education. And this priest, Jean-Baptiste de La Salle, drew other young men to join him as his brothers in this sacred mission. This mission is a continuing one and lives on today, having been carried through the lives of a long line of de La Salle Christian brothers. From those brothers who came to San Francisco in the 1860s, to every brother who lives and serves today, to those brothers who've given their lives, and those yet to come.
I wanted to be part of these wonderful characters who were extremely dedicated and very true and very bold about their faith.
They all have one thing in mind, is that teaching students is number one, helping students out, and while at the same time helping them grow in their faith.
We are, in a sense, public Christians. It's not that we go around shining our light, but we let our light shine, if you will.
They don't go around parading, saying, look what I'm doing, I'm going to this project or that project, or helping hand or whatever. They just do it.
I really believe there is a spiritual base for the vocation. Otherwise, I don't think I would have moved in this direction at all.
What makes us brothers really is the fact that we live together, pray together, support one another.
No, I think they find their holiness in what they're doing. You know, their prayer life, they're finding God and God giving meaning to their lives is not found necessarily in the chapel, it seems to me, but it's found in being with their students.
I remember one day I was just having a really, really difficult day, and he walked by me, and I just kind of sped past him, and, you know, hi, Brother Camillus, and ran, and he said, whoa, 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 you know, stop for just a second. And he kind of caught me off guard, and I said, what? So I turned around, and he came up to me, he said, just slow down. You know, just slow down, walk a little slower, breathe a little slower, and he stopped and he said a prayer with me.
I think just the title alone says it all, the word brother. And that's what they are. They develop fraternal relationships with their students, with their workers, with the faculty.
Once you see that in action, you want to be a part of that.
The brothers taught me to get involved with the kids, not just sit in my classroom, not go back to my office, but to be out amongst the students, get to know them.
I always felt that the brothers, you know, went out of their way to know who you were, to know your name.
They treated you the way that you wanted to be treated, and the way that you would expect to be treated by, you know, a friend, let alone a teacher.
Just that nurturing is a debt that I'm still paying, I think, and a debt that I love to pay, and it's something that hopefully I can replicate for a lot of my students.
When my boys went to school here, I knew that the brothers were available. It kind of didn't matter if it was before school, after school, 5 o'clock at night. If one of my kids needed to see one of the brothers, they always seemed to be able to find them.
And the brothers were men that I knew I could always turn to talk to about things of school and things of home.
It's almost like they risk their vulnerability, the brothers, to connect to somebody. They dare to reach out to somebody else.
There's a connection that starts when they're with you at such a vulnerable time in your life.
I can remember brothers that always were interested in what we were doing and cared about us and were concerned about us and watched us so that if we started to veer, and when a lot of us would try, it would get us back on track.
We were not setting any preconditions, all of these things. We took that young person and tried to do our best with him.
There are people that are poor, don't have the economic means, that deserve to get a good quality education. They deserve to get cared for. They deserve to get loved. The brothers live that out.
It's refreshing, frankly, working with people who have a passion for something valuable.
The spirit is always conveyed by living people. It's a living tradition, and I think that's the important thing to me.
Whenever I'm on a cell, before I leave, I stop by the cemetery. And there are a lot of brothers there who taught me, some who I have lived with, some who I never met, but I read about or heard about. And they are the ones who struggled, who went through all the beginnings, and because of them, I am who I am.
These are men that I pray for and pray to every night, thanking them for what they've given to me as a brother, and hope that I can continue doing in their name.
Once had a brother tell me that if he was in charge of the world, he could do many things, but he wasn't in charge. So the only thing he could figure out what to do was to love. So he just loves people.